Saturday is an excellent day for pro wrestling fans throughout the world. You start the day with AEW All Out taking place at the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Canada, and you close the day with WWE's WrestlePalooza. We'll get into WrestlePalooza in the next video, but right here we'll get into the 10-match card that's taking place at All Out, and this card, I will say, I think they did a very great job with this card, because after Forbidden Door, when you lose a Will Ospreay, you lose a Swerve Strickland, arguably your two biggest baby faces in the company. You know, that could set your company back, but AEW had a fantastic residency at the 2300 Arena in Philly, ended over a week ago, and they really have just been putting on great television, and I think that's translated to an elite card with, I could argue, they're doing some of the best storytelling they've done ever right now. There's multiple matches that have had great storytelling throughout the last couple of weeks and months in other cases. But let's get into this card. It's a 10-match main card, and I'll start it off with the match that's supposed to start off the main card, and that's Adam Copeland, Christian Cage taking on FTR after FTR took Adam Copeland out back at Dynasty back in April. So over a 5-month storyline here, took Copeland out for a couple months. He came back, got revenge on FTR, but now is back with his former best friend, Christian Cage. They're back in their hometown. They're tag teaming in their hometown of Toronto for the first time on a televised show since 1999 in WWF. They faced each other just over a year ago in Toronto in an I Quit match for the TNT title, or for the TNT championship, but now they're back together, returning home. The ultimate feel-good story that everybody has been waiting to see. Edge, the former Edge and Christian, back together. Now Christian Cage, Adam Copeland, taking on FTR, and it really is one of the best tag teams of all time from the past, taking on or arguably the best tag team in the world today, and without a doubt, to me, the best tag team in AEW. That's FTR. They're the most decorated tag team in company history, and although they don't have the gold to show for right now, they still are that damn good, and I think that Copeland and Cage are going to win this one. I think their entrance is going to be insane in Toronto. I think they're going to get a warm hometown welcome, but I got to go with the hometown guys against Dax and Cash, who are just tremendous as heels, but I just would be shocked if the hometown guys lost this one. Moving on down, another tremendous storyline, the Hurt Syndicate taking on Ricochet and the Gates of Agony. Ricochet and the Gates of Agony have really just made for some excellent, entertaining television lately on AEW, and this rivalry between the Hurt Syndicate has been going on for over a month now. I really have liked what Ricochet has done. I think his WWE character played its course, and I think him as a heel is playing out a lot better than I expected. The Hurt Syndicate, though, are now fan favorites, and they're still doing tremendous work as well. But I'm going to go with Ricochet and the Gates of Agony to win this one, because I think it could really do a lot for them and maybe give them even more opportunities down the line. Mercedes Moné is defending her title against Riho, and Mercedes Moné is close to being the longest reigning champion in TBS championship history. She's held the title for over 400 days, and besides her loss to Toni Storm back at All In, she hasn't lost to anybody. She's undefeated in 2025. I don't see that changing anytime soon. Up next, a coffin match between Darby Allin, Jon Moxley. I think this is where we see Darby Allin get his revenge on Jon Moxley. He's been fighting the Death Riders since he came back a couple months ago, and now he finally gets his one-on-one match against Mox. He's come up short against him in the past. I think this is where Darby Allin gets revenge on Moxley and the Death Riders. He has more experience in coffin matches. He's been in 2. I got Darby Allin winning that one. Then we have Mark Briscoe taking on MJF. Another tremendous storyline that's played out on AEW television recently. And MJF, although he's coming off a loss back at Forbidden Door against Hangman Adam Page, I think he's due for a victory. Mark Briscoe's been excellent in AEW. Just been a tremendous wrestler and made for a great storyline with MJF. But I like this new intense. MJF has shown an intense version of himself in the past, but this is taking it up to a notch that I don't know if we've seen in a long time. So even though it's Mark Briscoe's tables and tax match type that he wanted, I got MJF winning this, and I think we're going to see MJF against Hangman Adam Page sooner or later. Tony Storm taking on Chris Statlander and Theka. I got Timeless Tony Storm retaining in this one just because Tony Storm, you could argue, is the best women's wrestler in all of professional wrestling right now, regardless of company, and she really just is on a dominant streak that it seems like nobody can beat her. It seemed like Mercedes Moné back at All In was going to be the one to beat her, but she couldn't get past her. And I don't see she's another one. I don't see Toni Storm's reign ending anytime soon, although she has a couple tough challengers in this one. Moving on down the card, we have a triple threat for the AEW Unified Championship. It's Kazuchika Okada versus Konosuke Takeshita versus Dorado, and Takeshita and Okada have had quite the rivalry inside the Don Callis family, but Okada just in every big match on a big pay-per-view, he takes his level to a different stratosphere, and I think he's going to do just that. I got Okada retaining because he's another one where I thought his tougher test was against Swerve Strickland back at Forbidden Door, but he beat him, and I think he's going to take care of Takeshita in this one. We have Big Bill taking on Eddie Kingston. We don't know if Eddie Kingston is actually going to show up. Hasn't wrestled in over 19 months in an AEW ring. Hasn't appeared on television. Big Bill did challenge him, and this match is official, but until we see Eddie Kingston, it's yet to be seen if he'll show up, and if he does, which I expect him to do, he will receive a tremendous ovation from the fans. They lost a couple fan favorites with Ospreay and Strickland, but Eddie Kingston is just an unbelievable wrestler and guy on the mic, so I can't wait to see him. I got Eddie Kingston winning that one. Then we have two more left. It's the AE World Tag Team Championship. It's a four-way ladder match. It's Brodito taking on the Young Bucks, taking on Jet Speed, taking on the Don Callis family, Hechicero and Josh Alexander. I got Brodito retaining here, although I could see the Bucks winning this just because the Bucks have been in this storyline where they're kind of building themselves back up, and them winning another tag team championship wouldn't shock me in the least. But I do think Brodito is only getting better. They've only been a team for a couple months here, started at the beginning of the summer, and I think they're only getting better, and I want to see more of them. Brodito brings that power, and Bandito brings the speed and quickness, and they combine for an excellent team, and a team that nobody really saw coming a couple months ago. So but in a ladder match, that match could be match of the night. It should be a tremendous showing. And then the main event, it's Hangman Adam Page taking on Kyle Fletcher from the Don Callis family. And if any member of the Don Callis family interferes in this match, the match will end and Fletcher will be stripped of his TNT Championship. This match is only for Page's AEW World Championship. And I just think Adam Page's experience is going to be the difference in this one. Kyle Fletcher is the biggest and fastest rising star in AEW right now, but I just think this is a little too soon for him. Do I think he could be a world champion in the future? Yes, 100%. But Adam Page is a veteran and one of the best veterans in AEW. He's a day one guy. It's his third main event in All Out history. He's 1-1. I think he makes it 2-1 come Saturday in Toronto. But overall, those are my predictions. I think All Out is going to be a really good card leading into WWE at night. What are your predictions, and what do you think is going to happen at All Out? Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I'm Ryan Wohl, and I'll see you next time.